Howdy Facebook, it's me again. Yep, I'm here to run my mouth a little bit more. Well, as you can see, or if you remember, I am out in what I'm calling the food plot, and that's what it's ultimately going to be, about dead center and where the future orchard will be. And I plan on just building up these walls that you see, which is all these stumps. I left them real high for exactly this purpose so that you can see them. And every single one of them is a tree that I dropped to clear out this area, and for the most part it was all laid to make this outer wall, so that will eventually be planted with all kinds of bushes and growing vines and stuff like that. As it decomposes, it'll grow up through it, thicken that wall, keep this little isolated food plot from the rest of the forest, the food forest, which it will eventually be. And you can kind of see it's really cool. I'll show you. That's a good idea of what the forest looks like. Look at that, they go where the camera goes. You can see it's a big, overgrown, absolutely insane mess. And here, it looks maintained. And it's actually pretty cool. I'll show you one of the walkways I cut in. This is where the deer come and go naturally, and I kind of worked with this one. And there's another one behind me there. It's really cool. It gives you a pretty decent sense of owning the land. You know, it's one thing to walk through the forest and it's a forest. It's another thing to walk through the forest and it's like, oh, here's this patch that I've mowed down, I've brush hogged, I've upkept, I've maintained, I've planted, whatever it may be. It really, even such a little thing as just mowing, as clearing out the underbrush, can really instill that sense of ownership and that sense of pride in your property. So if you're ever feeling disheartened and you haven't done something, try it, give it a shot. You don't know the sense of satisfaction you can get from something as simple as mowing. As you know, I was absolutely amazed. So I guess that's a little tip. This was supposed to be a short video, and here it is. Look at that, 2 minutes long. So I'll save this one for a whole other one. This is the first time you guys are seeing my puppies. They love it out here. And yeah, it's an interesting perspective. I mentioned that I was trying to do some QDMA out here, quality deer management, and it's like, well, how are you going to let your dogs run around and scent up the place? And well, that's one of the things I've learned. If you're out here enough, the deer get used to you. They get used to my scent. I take a leak behind a tree every time I need to go. And so do the dogs. And don't ever bring your female dog out when she's in heat, because I'm like 90% sure that drew in a coyote, and it's the first predator I've seen out here in years, ever, period. But yeah, other than that, there's plenty of deer sign. They get used to the dogs, and obviously they're not being immediately hassled by whatever predator smell they're smelling. So they kind of learned that, hey, it's not bothering me, I'm okay. And I've got everywhere from, baby little fawns this year, tiny little hoof prints, to some pretty impressive 4-point toes. So I don't know, we'll see how this hunting season goes. But anyway, guys, this is the other end. This is that other entrance. There it is that I was talking about. You can just see it looks all dead and dying and disgusting, and that's kind of the point, because it's all those ferns have been chopped up and now they're making a really thick matted leaf layer. And I'll probably do this one more time this year, maybe burn right at the end of the year, just to eat up all these other sticks and stuff that's still laying around. And since it was forested floor, wooded floor, ash and lime are a great soil amendment to this type of soil. It's just one of the things that's generally lacking, so I've read. So anyway, enjoy it. Hope you guys like this video post, and I'll be over at the home site later today. There will be another one out there too. Y'all have a good one, Facebook.